Your name, sir?
D. Norris Carter.
All right, so you're here in 22 MM 5054 AO, resisting officer without violence. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
Public defender.
All right, do you have a job?
No, sir, not at the
Any
moment.
sources of income?
No, sir, not.
I'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent you and qualifies for PTR if he wants it, or a $500 bond.
There was an offer to resolve, Your Honor, if I have a moment to confer.
What's the offer?
Adjudication and credit time served.
You want an adjudication credit time served, or walk out of here with your PTR?
What's PTR? What's
Pretrial release. You don't have to post a bond. You get out, and then you got to come back when they file charges against you to court.
no? What's the other one?
Credit time served, adjudication.
Held or that'll be fine.
Okay. So you want to resolve it, plead guilty or no contest?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is there an offer for Camacho Lopez?
No, Your Honor, as it's criminal mischief, there may be,
Victim.
well, there is a victim, so, no.
Is that you? Yes. All right, you're here in 2022 MM 5057 AO on a criminal mischief charge. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney? All right. So your bond on this is set at, he doesn't have any priors?
No.
I'll go ahead, I'll ROR you on this, okay?
Your Honor, may I approach for Mr. Carter's plea form?
And with regard to Gamacho, if there could be a no return?
Can you grab him real quick?
Camacho.
Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Guilty or no contest?
Yes, sir.
What, you gotta pick one.
Contents. No.
Camacho, no return to the scene, okay? You can't go back there. Where this occurred? Yeah.
I was already moving.
See you later. All right. Guilty or no contest?
No content.
Accept your no contest plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days. Your costs, I'll give you a year to pay, 30 days to appeal. Good luck.
Sean guy is mental health.
All right, 22 MM 5058, temporarily appoint, or actually appoint the PD, waiver roll.
Waive, Your Honor.
All right, set his bond at 500 and 100, no contact, no return. PC. Your name?
Aaron Nicholas.
Out on bond, 22 CF 6960. Here today, 22 MM 328 AA, resisting officer carrying a concealed weapon. Reviewed that affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. I'll stay your bond on count 1, count 2 are reduced to 100. What's the status of the case that he's out on bond?
Sorry, Your Honor, one moment. Arraignment is set for today, Your Honor.
Okay. I revoke your release in that case. Let the judge assign to that case determine what a reasonable bond is. 500 and 100. And then revoke his release on his case he's out on bond. In the back, your name?
Taylor.
Oh.
Miles Julius is medical.
All right. Jules, 22 MM 4602, out on 22 MM 5052 here today, temporarily, or appoint the PD.
I don't understand, so I'm revoked?
What do you want to do with Julius?
We'll wait. Well, there was an offer to resolve, Your Honor, if we can reset it till tomorrow.
All right, roll to tomorrow.
Marcus Richardson is mental health.
22 MM 5051 AO, temporarily appoint.
There was an offer to resolve this case as well, if we may reset.
Yeah, we'll roll it to tomorrow.
Vincent Strader is
Louder.
mental health.
22 MM 5037 AO. All
There was an offer to resolve, if we may reset.
right, temporarily appoint, roll to tomorrow. See who's here tomorrow. Brown,
Maurice Brown is medical.
21,
Hold up.
All right. 1.
Maurice Brown is medical, did you say? Thank you.
Nate,
Okay.
maybe you two should switch. You should be the driver.
Yeah, I need to put Nate over here. Okay,
Come on,
this
put him
one
in the
we
hot
roll.
seat.
This one we roll, right? Okay, we good. I'm ready.
We're rolling.
Rolling.
All right, Brown,
Medical.
temporarily appoint 21 MM 8864.
There's an offer to resolve. We would reset till tomorrow. Request, I'm sorry.
All right, we'll roll to tomorrow. Taylor, that's you. 22 MM 56 AW, failure to appear, petty theft. Bond set at 750. We have an offer on this one?
No, Your Honor, we would have you consider the bond amount on the failure to appear if Ms. Taylor could get a lower bond amount. I don't know if the court's inclined.
Technically, I think the admin order says double or 2,000, whichever is greater. So I would be inclined to give her a $2,000 bond. You probably don't want that, right?
It's already set at 750. Would you
Right.
stay that amount?
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
John Welter is medical.
22 MO 867 AO, temporarily appoint, disorderly.
Your Honor, well, there's an offer to resolve, and we would have you reset till tomorrow.
All right, we'll roll to tomorrow. Tuan Fan,
Medical.
22 CT 4216 4217, temporarily appoint.
We would have you set bonds in this case, Your Honor.
I'll reduce count 1 to 100 and count 2 to 100.
We waive the appearance again. I'm sorry.
Dion Richardson, that's you, sir? All right, out on bond on a resisting, open container, resisting, 22 MM 4490.
Hey.
Here today, 22 CT 422. Dwillis, reviewed that affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender, I'll stay your bond. And,
There was an offer to resolve, Your Honor.
all right,
An adjudication of guilt, time served. I did actually have a chance to speak with Mr. Richardson, gave him a plea form to review.
so,
I believe he's interested.
that's for the Dwillis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. If he wants to take it, he can take it, or I can, I was gonna take no action on the out on bond case anyway, so it's up to him.
He reviewed the form, right? No, he won't. Your Honor, may I approach?
Sure,
I did speak with him as a friend of the court, so there's no need to appoint us.
all right. Any, do you wanna resolve it? Okay. All right, sir, is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
No contest.
I'll accept your no contest plea, I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days of credit for 2 days, and I'll take no action on the case that you're out on bond, a year to pay.
All right.
All right, thank you. 30 days to appeal, good luck.
We gonna need Prince.
Prince, you went to that show.
We gonna need- You got me?
Spencer,
You got one to write out? Thank you.
your name?
Selwyn Thompson.
What happened to Steven Spencer?
You bonded.
Bonded. All right, Thompson, 22 CT 4225, 4226, 4227, 4228. DUI, hit and run, Dwillis, reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. Does he have another case too, or just the one?
Another one.
I'll stay your bond on count 1. In that case, reduce counts 2, 3, and 4 to 100 each. And then I also have another DUI,
See, we don't have council. Okay, so.
DUI and Dwillis, 22 CT, 22 4229, 430, and 431. I'll reduce your bonds to 100 on each of those, okay?
Okay, so, this guy right here bonded.
Do not consume any drugs or alcohol.
On all
You have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. So it actually says hit and run, but
Hold on, I pointed the PD.
stayed in this,
Which-
other 7 cases.
7, right? Was it, or 5 and 3? Is it 5 and 3? Yeah, so, stay the bond on count 1 and then every other one reduced to 100. 100.
Okay. And you want to put on here
Drugs or alcohol?
on all of them, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
See, ours is not.
Oh, we're done with the traffic.
I know, wait a minute.
Give us a call. Okay, so if you can't find out, give us a call too.
All right, battle.
Mental health, Your Honor.
22 CT 8813. Or CF, I'm sorry, CF. Temporarily appoint waiver role.
Your Honor, I didn't get to review the warrant on this. I didn't have a case number. Does the court have one?
So what do you want me to do with it?
I would waive the appearance, but I would also like to review the warrant.
Nate, do you have a copy of the affidavit in support of the arrest warrant for this case?
See,
All right, we'll hang on to that until we get that for you.
Thank you.
How about Clayton?
different types of.
Behavior, Your Honor.
22 CF 8800AO, temporarily appoint waiver role.
Waive, Your Honor.
All right, reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause. And Clayton, I'll set it at 7,500.
We don't have the affidavit on ballot, it's not in there.
Not in there?
Set it at 7,500,
Yes.
and what else you saying?
That's it.
Anyway,
Waived, temporarily appointed. Connor? That's you, sir? What's your name?
Lewis Harris Connor.
All right, 21 CF 564400, two failure to appears on a possession of meth, possession of drug paraphernalia. According to this warrant, your bond is set at no bond. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
we have to turn this.
Got a lawyer?
Let me see.
No, sir, not the present.
Okay.
Let me turn-
But if I could speak, Ron.
The PD's already been appointed. Take a moment to talk to your lawyer. The gentleman in the back, what's your name? All right, you're here in 22 CF 8782AO on a Dwellis. Reviewed that affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. And I'll stay your bond. Does he have a hold? A Seminole?
I said, I know some seminar, I just got released on the 27th.
Okay.
The charge from here got dropped on the 16th of June.
He has,
Says that you're on probation until February 16th of 2025.
Yeah, I just left Summit County. We got charged with Summit County. We got resolved. We got time.
Okay, gotcha.
And then the charge on me get forward for, driving while license suspended, habitualized. It got dropped to, driving infraction to a speeding ticket.
Okay.
It got dropped June 16th.
All right. All right, well, I stayed your bond in this case. Good luck.
Are we done with Lewis Connor? I think it may have already gone. I think he wanted to speak to counsel. I'm just confirming.
He did
He's not
speak
there.
to
Never mind, he's gone. Never mind.
All right. 21 CF 15076AO. Out on bond here today, 22 CF 8786AO, escape. And 22 CF 87490, robbery with a firearm, grand theft, third degree. And criminal mischief, 22 CF 8788. And carjacking with a firearm, aggravated assault with a firearm, aggravated assault with a firearm, grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle. 22 CF 8787AO, temporarily appoint waiver role.
We would have you reset this as I believe there's two possible punishable by life charges.
All right, we'll roll this.
Should be here for that.
How about Carlos Diaz? That's you? All right, sir, 22 CF 8816AO, you're here on resisting officer, fleeing or attempting to elude with lights and sirens activated, DUI and intimidation, threat with death or serious bodily harm to the law enforcement officer.
Your Honor. As to PC on, may I be heard?
No. Sir, you do not qualify for the services of the public defender. The public defender is for individuals that are indigent, who cannot afford a lawyer. Do you want to go forward today? So let me say this, the purpose of the hearing today is for me to review these affidavits and make a decision if there's probable cause or a valid reason for your arrest. We can go forward today without a lawyer. Or I could roll this to tomorrow morning, give you 24 hours to hire a lawyer. This gentleman, who is a lawyer, thinks that there might be some issues with your case. I may or may not agree with that. But he feels strong enough to make an argument. So do you want to go forward today without a lawyer and I can make these decisions, or do you want to roll this 24 hours?
I'll go forward and make the decision.
Okay. Any reason why I shouldn't find probable cause on any of these cases? Understand that as a defendant, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. So I just stick to argument instead of facts. But
It doesn't sound like it happened, you know. My car was illegally searched and I was just upset, you know. I was just trying to make it home. I took my son to the hospital. It was an emergency. I did leave the bar. I did make a mistake.
understand that as a right, as a defendant, you have a right to remain silent. State any input with regards to release?
He's entitled to bond on all of them, Your Honor. I see what defense was going to argue. After reviewing the affidavit, Your Honor, I don't see anything that would indicate driving under the influence.
All right. What about count one? Input as release.
Oh, he's entitled to bond, Your Honor. I don't,
All right, I'll set your bond on count one at $7,500. Count two, I'll ROR you, which means you don't have to post a bond on that one. And count three is set at $150, okay?
How much is that? Like
$7,650.
How much was count
10% has to be paid?
Right. 7,500 ROR 150. All right, your name, sir?
Stephen Dorsey.
All right, Mr. Dorsey, 22 CF 8817 AO, trafficking in cocaine, trafficking in fentanyl, trafficking in oxycodone, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver with a weapon, possession of drug paraphernalia, fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, review the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. Any input from the state with regards to release on 1 and, was it 8? 1 and 7?
with regard to one, Your Honor, I know the bond schedule is just a guideline, but because it is trafficking in cocaine with a firearm, the bond schedule listed at 100,000. With regard to fleeing and attempting to loot, no, Your Honor, I have no input.
All right. Any input from the defense?
Your Honor, I believe count two is, the bond schedule is already 200,000. I would have you set a bond on count two and treat the other counts as subsidiary.
Count three they have set at 200, but that should be on 2.
I may have misread it, but that's how I have it.
All right, I'll set count one at $1,000. Count two, I'll stay at 10,000. Count three, 200,000. Count four, $150. Count five, $150. Count six, $100. Count seven, $150. Your name, sir? All right, 22 CF 8746. Carrying a concealed firearm. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
A lawyer.
Right? Do you want to hire one, or do you want me to see if you qualify for one?
Do I qualify for one?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Do you have a job?
Do I have a job?
Yep.
Yes.
How much money do you make?
$14 an hour.
How many? $14 an hour?
Yeah.
How many hours a week do you work?
50.
Okay. So you make about $700 a week? Yes? Any children, any dependents?
Got a son.
Okay. 700 for the dependent?
Yeah.
12 of us?
You said a week?
700 a week.
Yeah, if you make 704.
Okay. All right, yeah, you qualify for the public defender. Do you want me to appoint you a lawyer?
I guess.
Okay.
Your Honor, can I get the case number again? This was another one I didn't
Yeah,
have.
it's 22 CF, I believe it's 8746.
Yes.
I'll stay your bond at $2,000.
What charge is this?
Carrying a concealed firearm.
This a new charge?
It's from August 5th of last year. You had a warrant out for your arrest for a while. They finally found you. So it's almost a year old. All right, your name, sir?
Edward Gardner.
All right, 22 CF 8796 AO, larceny, petty theft, and 22 CF 8797 AO, larceny, petty theft. Reviewed the affidavits, found probable cause. I'll stay your bonds.
No return, Your Honor.
No return to the scene. Your name, sir? Your name?
Rizal Hillary.
All right, you were here in 21 CF 12007, failure to appear, trafficking in 7 grams or more of oxycodone. Your bond set at no bond on that case, all right?
Public defender?
I think the public defender's already been appointed on it.
Calls.
All right, your name, sir?
Octavius Jackson.
All right, sir, you have 2022 CF 8811, robbery with subsequent force, burglary with assault or battery, petty theft. And then you have out-of-county warrant 18 DR 100094 on a child support writ. This is out of Lake County. Your purge on that is $778. On your new case, I reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, will appoint the public defender. Any input from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
We would just have you set reasonable bonds on all counts, Your Honor.
All right. I'll set count 1 at $150, count 2 at $7,500, and count 3 I'll reduce to $100. No contact with the alleged victim, no return to the scene.
What do you want to say?
Job, man.
If he can't purge the out-of-county warrant, is he stuck in jail here?
I think so, unless somebody takes care of that for him.
Yeah, I got a job, but if I stay here longer than Sunday, I'm gonna be done.
Well, you better have somebody get to work for you, because I've got nothing to do with Lake County.
It was $780?
$778,
Okay.
So I ain't getting out until that money get paid.
and you pay this money, yeah.
So if I don't pay it never, I'm always being here.
No, at some point, Lake County will come get you and then figure out what to do with you.
And Gerald Jefferson in mental health.
All right, out on bond, 22 CF 7854. Here today, sale and delivery, 22 44747. And 22 CF 8801, cocaine and paraphernalia. Is there another one? And 21 CF 3878, failure to appear. And 21 MM 2309, failure to appear. Waiver roll.
Those are too many cases, Your Honor.
Those are someone else? Oh, there's someone else. That's King. What do you want to do with Jefferson?
We would waive the appearance, but can we have the case number? I only have an agency number on the, well, I have the warrant for the 8801, so I would need the other case number just to,
That is the case number, 8801.
there was the other case that he's on?
Oh,
The
22 CF 8650. Sale and delivery of cocaine.
Yes, Your Honor, just may I have a moment? Usually doesn't take that long. I just need to make sure. We've been having issues where the warrant's not present, but this one is, so no argument at this time, Your Honor, but we would waive the appearance and have you set bonds.
All right, and then, so I'll stay as bond at 7,500 on the first case. I'll stay as bond at 1,000 on the second case and 100 on count 2, having found PC on both. And I'll take no action on the case that he's out on.
Ronald King is downtown court.
Ronald King, 21 CF 3878 AO, failure to appear. And 21 MM 2309 AO, failure to appear, waiver roll.
We'd waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, on his first case, the petty theft with 2 priors, bond set at no bond. And on the DD, his bond set at $5,000. Kinsey, is that you?
Sir.
All right, 22 CF 8802 AO, aggravated assault with a firearm. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point to public defender. Any input, state?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
Request a $2,500 bond, Your Honor.
Set your bond at $2,500, no contact with the alleged victim, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons, okay?
Sir.
Christopher Negron, medical.
22 CF 8808 AO, temporarily appoint, waiver roll.
Negron?
Negron, Christopher Negron. Add-ons for him.
What's the booking number?
Booking, the inmate is 220175585.
He bonded.
Odin, is that you? All right, 2022 CF 71480, cleaner attempting to elude a law enforcement officer. So according to your financial affidavit, you do not qualify for the services of the public defender. The public defender is for individuals who are indigent and cannot afford a lawyer. So you're here on this charge of fleeing or eluding by arrest warrant. The purpose of the hearing at this point is to determine conditions of your release, to give you a bond so you can get out of here, okay? Right now you're set at no bond. So you can have this hearing today without a lawyer, or I can roll you to tomorrow, give you 24 hours to hire a lawyer, and you can come back and see me tomorrow, but you're gonna stay in jail until you have this hearing. You wanna go forward today without a lawyer, or tomorrow?
So the
You wanna go today?
let's do it today.
Okay. All right, state any input with regards to release?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll set your bond at $7,500, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you. Good name, sir?
Sebastian O'Neill.
All right, sir, 22 CF 7223 AO, clear to report after vacating a residence as a registered offender. Your bond is set at no bond. I'll appoint the public defender. Any input from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
I believe he is entitled to bond. We would have you set a reasonable bond, Your
All
Honor.
right, I'll set your bond at $4,000, and he has reporting requirements.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you 48 hours from your, or 72 hours from your release to report your address, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Your name, sir?
Justin Piergos?
All right, 22 CF 8791 AO, possession of methamphetamine, review the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender, and I'll stay your bond. It looks like you got a hold out of St. Johns County, 2 holds out of St. Johns County for some warrants, so even if you post your bond, you may not get out. Roxham. We this morning. Your name, sir?
Iron Red.
All right, you're out on bond 21 CF 5788 AO. Here today, 22 CF 8722 AO, cleaner attempting to elude with lights and sirens activated. No valid driver's license via arrest warrant. I'm likely gonna change your bonds, but right now they're set at $1,500. I'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. And, I'll set your bond at $7,500 on count 1, 100 on count 2. State what's the status of the case that he's out on bond.
Retrial is set for August 23rd.
So the case that PTC is set on, okay, never mind. I'll revoke your release in that case, let the judge assign to that case determine what a reasonable bond is for you. All right, your name, ma'am? All right, you were here in 22 CF 8809 AO, possession of cocaine, possession of oxycodone. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender, and I'll set your bond at 500 on count 1 and 100 on count 2. Sir, in the back, what's your name?
John Roberts.
All right, 22 CF 8785 AO, grand theft, 3rd degree, greater than 5,000, less than 10,000. Via arrest warrant, according to this, your bond set at $2,500, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Your name, sir? Your name, sir?
Robinson.
All All right, 2021 CF 14044 AO, possession of fentanyl via restaurant. According to this, your bond is set at $1,000. I'll appoint the office of the public defender and will stay your bond.
You know, cool.
All right, sir, your
I
name?
don't know about today.
All right, you were here in 22 CF 7822 AO, receiving money from a pawnbroker through false verification, dealing in stolen property, and a petty theft via arrest warrant. I will appoint the public defender. Count 1 I'll reduce to 150. I'll stay count 2, and count 3 I'll reduce to 100.
And he said no return.
No return to the scene.
Should have called us.
Ernest Smith bonded.
All right. Bond.
Ernest Smith.
All right. And your name?
Another Spencer?
All right. Out on bond on a battery charge, 22mm 4821 AO. Here today in 22 CF 8810 AO, possession of cocaine. Review that affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender, and I'll stay your bond.
Any action on the animal?
State, what's the status of the case?
In our system, Your Honor, it says that there is an arraignment set for August 23rd, but I didn't see an information.
All right, I'll take no action on that case.
Peter Salute bonded.
All right. Your name?
David Torres.
2020 CF 2199 AO, failure to appear on a DV bat strangulation, ag assault with a deadly weapon. According to this, your bond is set at no bond. You failed to appear for a BOP status hearing. I'll appoint the public defender if they haven't already been appointed. Your name?
Vega.
All right, 22 CF 8806 AO, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
I need a
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
I need a lawyer. Public defender?
Okay, do you have a job?
Yes.
How much money do you make?
Weekly, like
Sure.
400 or something.
400 a week? Any children, any dependents?
I got my son, yeah.
Okay, I'll appoint the office of the public defender. I'll state count 1, reduce count 2 to $100, and then you're also here in 22 CT 4234, suspended license. I'll set that at $150 for you, okay? Your name, sir? All right, 22 CF 8798 AO, trafficking in cocaine greater than 28 grams with a weapon. Possession of cannabis greater than 28 grams with a weapon. Possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver with a weapon. Possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting officer without violence. Review the affidavit, found probable cause, point to public defender, state any info with regards to release on the first 2 counts.
With regard to count 1, I had asked for 100,000, Your Honor. With regard to count 2, I have no problem with it being a subsidiary.
All right, defense?
I would have asked for the same thing, Your Honor.
All right, I'll set count at 100, count 1 at 100, count 2 at 150, count 3 at $150, 4 and 5 at 100 each.
So count,
Is 100,000, and then $150, $150, $100, $100. Yeah, I know I said one. I know.
Nicole Watts is mental health.
22 CF 8803 AO, temporarily appoint waiver role.
What was the reason?
Mental health, MH.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
All right, I'll stay count 1, having found PC. Count 2 will be 150, count 3 and 4 will be 100 each.
Gerald Welch refused.
Out on bond, 22MM 4593. Here today, 22 CF 8819. Temporarily appoint waiver role.
Is count 1 a punishable by life?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
We would have you reset that as to that, Your
All
Honor.
right, we'll roll to tomorrow.
That was a refusal, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
White. What's your name, sir?
Anthony White.
All right, 22 CF 5852 AO. 2 counts of violation of condition of pretrial release. According to this warrant, your bond is set at, no bond. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor, would you be inclined to set a bond on this? I believe you would be entitled to one.
So it's just paraphernalia and cannabis greater than 20. All right, I'll set count 1 at $100 and count 2 I'll set at 5,000. Winters,
Mental health, Your Honor.
22 CF 8629 AO, larceny, and 22 MM 5046, petty theft, temporarily appoint, waiver roll.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
All right, I'll stay the bonds having found PC. And back to the warrant. Did you find the warrant?
I just need the case number, Your Honor.
22 CF 8813.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I don't see a warrant on record. If that's the case, I would have you ROR them on the charges.
State.
No, Your Honor, no. Can we get the 24 hours to see if we can get that, Your Honor? It usually does appear shortly.
All right, I'll stay the bonds and give the state 24 hours for PC.
Thank you.
All right. Medley, 22 CF 7502.
Yes, Your Honor, the information was filed, given the filing ID, but I can repeat it again on the record. That was done at 10:32 this morning. Filing ID is 154313230.
Your Honor, may I object on the record? The state has until the hearing on the 33-day motion to file. The order was granted, and I don't believe state had filed an information at that time, so I would have you still grant the motion to release.
No.
Your Honor, I don't believe that's the law. I believe it is on the 33rd day. We are still on the 33rd day, Your Honor.
I'm going to go ahead and amend the order to deny the 33-day motion. They filed the information within 33 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else from the state?
Nothing from the state.
Anything else from the defense?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
We gave the weekend judge. Is it Spanish?
What is Spanish?
Okay. No, that's all right.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
Let me know when you made contact through the headphones.
Certainly, Your Honor, if you allow me just a moment, please.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Sí, un poquito.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm the defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
Your name, ma'am?
Carisha Mojica.
Carisha Mojica.
You were here in case number 22 MM5035. Your attorney handed me a plea form. Is this your signature on it?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
No. No me pongo.
No contest.
I'll accept your no contest plea. I will withhold adjudication. I will sentence you to 2 days with credit for 2 days. Your costs, I'll give you a year to pay. I'll take no action on the case that she's out on bond. You have 30 days to appeal. Good luck. Is that our only Spanish?
No, sir.
No? Okay.
I don't know if this is our next.
No, look that way. Look at that.
None of the interpreter can confirm this defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
All right. Your name, sir?
Yes.
José Francisco Cartagena Vélez. Vélez.
Francisco Cartagena Vélez.
You were here in case number 22
5036, one count of battery, domestic violence. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. You need the services of the Spanish interpreter?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Interpreter, if you could interpret for the witness.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Your name, ma'am?
Su nombre, señora, despacito y en voz alta, por favor.
Wilseni Aquino González.
Your Honor, did you get that or do you need the interpreter?
Nope, I got it. All right. Ma'am, you were listed as the alleged victim in this case.
Señora, aquí indica que usted es la presunta víctima en este caso.
As the alleged victim, you're entitled to provide input with regards to his release.
Como la presunta víctima, usted tiene el derecho a dar su opinión sobre las condiciones de libertad.
Is there anything that you want to tell me, anything you think the court should know?
No.
¿Usted cree que hay algo? Your Honor, if I could instruct her to wait for the interpretation. Señora, fuera tan amable, espere la interpretación antes de contestar, por favor.
Okay.
¿Hay algo que usted quisiera opinar o quisiera decirle al juzgado referente a las condiciones de libertad?
No, porque no pasó absolutamente nada.
No, because absolutely nothing has occurred.
State, do you have any questions?
Fiscalía, ¿tiene usted preguntas? Sí, su señoría.
Good morning, ma'am.
Buenos días, señora.
How do you know the defendant?
¿Cómo es que usted conoce al acusado?
Él es mi esposo.
He's my husband.
Do you live together?
Sí.
Ustedes,
I
Your
know
Honor, if I could
English,
ask her to
I'm
wait.
sorry.
Well, Your Honor, if I could clarify if she needs to speak in English, I'll let her go ahead and speak in English.
Yes.
Habla en inglés. Your Honor, but I will be providing the interpretation for the defendant.
Okay. All right, ma'am, if you want to respond in English, that's fine.
Señora, si usted quiere en inglés, está bien.
All right, did you want to ask the question again?
¿Quiere hacer la pregunta de nuevo?
I forgot what it
It was,
Me olvidó.
how do you know the defendant, and then do you live together?
You do live together, correct?
Ustedes viven juntos, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
While this case is pending, would you like to continue living together?
Mientras que está pendiente este caso, ¿quisiera convivir con él?
Claro.
Of course.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
No tengo más preguntas, su señoría.
Defense, do you have any questions?
Defensa, ¿tiene preguntas?
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría.
Any input for the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the defense?
Your Honor, he otherwise does qualify for pretrial release.
All right, sir, you can be released by posting a $250 bond, or I can release you through the pretrial release program. You will not have to post a bond. The conditions of your release are no hostile contact with the alleged victim, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Do you want to post a $250 or be released on the pretrial release program?
I think he wants the $250 bond, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you for being here, ma'am. Your name, sir?
Udiel Ovidio Morales Pérez. Udiel Ovidio Morales Pérez.
All right, sir, you are here in case number 2022 MO 866, one count of open container. I reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, appoint the public defender. I can't find his sheet. Is he in the second session?
Yes, Your Honor.
There goes misdemeanor pleables, misdemeanor non-pleables, city, there he is. All right, sir, I'll go ahead and ROR you. Is there an offer?
Withhold of adjudication and credit time served.
Your Honor, we're not inclined to take an offer at the time.
Okay, all right, thank you. Roxuck, some? Yes, sir. All right, do we have any more Spanish? Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Interpreter.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
Oh, do we have a Creole interpreter that's available, or should I roll it to tomorrow?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I will make sure that my office knows you're waiting on one, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, all right, Edwin, Roxon, 22 CF 8812 AO, temporarily appoint waiver roll.
Waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, PC, I'll stay the bond, no contact, no guns, knives, or weapons. All right, your name?
Michael Gallo.
All right. Yeah. All right, sir, you're here in 22 CF 87290, one count of cruelty toward a child or child abuse, one count of battery via arrest or according to this warrant, your bond is set at $3,500 on count one, no bond on count two. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
I was going to get an attorney, but I was going to ask the court for some leniency and please have a bond on the second charge. I have somebody who's going to bond me out, and I was not going to go around the victim. And my boss is going to be the one who's going to bond me out, and I'm going to go stay with him. The victim was supposed to be here today, but apparently they didn't contact her because she said she would be here to let them know that she does not want to press charges.
So
and I've only gotten one phone call since I've been here, and I couldn't let her know what my court time was.
So I can give you a bond today. Do you want to go forward without a lawyer, and I can give you a bond today?
If you can give me a bond on both charges?
You have a bond on one right now.
Yes,
I can give
sir.
you a
Yes,
bond on
sir.
the second one.
I'd love some leniency and a bond on the other one.
Any input from the state?
No, Your Honor.
You didn't
All right.
appoint the PD?
He does, no, he says he's getting his own attorney.
His own attorney, okay.
All right, well, the state gave you some leniency. I'll give you some leniency. I'll set your bond at $100. And no contact with the alleged victim. No return to the scene. Maintain separate residence. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons, okay?
Yes, sir. I'll be staying at my boss man's house.
All right.
Your
Good
Honor,
luck.
can I also ask for no alcohol, no drugs?
Do not consume any alcohol or illegal drugs.
Sir.
All right, thank you. How about Eric Smith?
Mental health, Your Honor.
All right, 22 MM 329 AA, temporarily appoint waiver roll.
Waive, Your Honor.
All right, PC 500, no contact, no return, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. How about Greg Switkowski? 22 MM 441 AW, temporarily appoint.
Waive, Your Honor.
All right, PC, stay the bond, no contact, no guns, knives, or weapons. Your name, ma'am?
Amanda Landon.
All right, 22 CF 8773 AO. Did you get in touch with your lawyer?
No, sir, not yet.
Okay. You want me to roll it again, or you want me to go forward today?
Let me just go forward for now.
All right. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to see if you qualified, or just stick with getting your own lawyer? I'm sorry?
Yes, I would like to,
See if you qualify?
yeah.
All right, do you have a job?
I own my own business, but it's just starting out.
How much money does that business make?
Maybe $1,000 a month.
Okay. Any other sources of income? All right. All right, I'll go ahead. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you on the first case here, the trafficking. I'll set your bond at $50,000. That's in 22 CF 8773 AO.
Your Honor.
And- Yeah,
She otherwise does qualify for pretrial release.
I know.
State would object, Your Honor.
Yeah, she's got almost 30 priors.
I was wondering if, I don't know.
Hold on.
22
Have a
CF,
moment.
yep, 22 CF 8775 AO. I'll stay the bonds. Found PC.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. I mean, her last conviction was less than about 60 days ago.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
What were the other bond amounts? I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I stayed the other ones. In the back, sir, what's your name? All right, 22 MO 865 AO, disorderly conduct. Read the affidavit, found probable cause, stay your bond, appoint the PD.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yep. You want to resolve it, sir? Yes, sir. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
You pleading guilty or no contest?
No contest.
I'll accept your no contest plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to, it's a 3, the 27th, let's say the 29th.
3.
Sentence you to 3 days with credit for 3 days. Your costs, I'll give you a year to pay, 30 days to appeal. Good luck. Thank you.
Take care.
Your name?
Warren Cantrell.
All right, sir, you were here in 22 CF 8632 AO. One count of aggravated assault with a firearm, domestic, one count of criminal mischief greater than 200, less than 1,000 via arrest warrant. According to this warrant, your bond is set at no bond on count 1, 500 on count 2. With conditions, no contact, no return, and do not possess any weapons or firearms. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Any input from the state?
No, you, no, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
A $2,500 bond on count 1, Your Honor.
He's currently he's in DOC for assault right now. All right. I'll set count 1 at 3,500, count 2 I'll reduce to 100, and I'll stay the conditions. 3,500, 100. Your name, sir?
YL Al-Ghazwani, sir.
All right, so you were here in one count of aggravated battery, domestic.
Your Honor. The case number for this, I didn't get a chance to review the warrants.
Yeah, so you have a case number? It's an over the line.
8793.
Oh, 22 CF 8793 AO.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further issues.
All right. Sir, were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney for this?
I do have a private attorney, but he's not here at the moment, so I will be representing myself.
All right. Who's your lawyer?
I did not get a chance to get his name, but
I'm sorry?
I didn't get a chance to get his name. My brother is handling the whole.
So do you want to go forward today without your lawyer and I can set a bond and conditions of release, or do you want me to roll this 24 hours? You can come back tomorrow morning with your lawyer.
I'd rather go forward with it, sir.
Today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Any input from the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm inclined to set your bond at $2,500 with conditions: no contact with the alleged victim, maintain separate residence, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Is that acceptable?
Yes, sir. I do have one question, if
Yep.
possible. As far as the address, that is my home address. Am I allowed back there? She is not in the state anymore.
So I thought it was, I thought this occurred at a,
Yes.
yeah, I thought it occurred at a restaurant or something.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I didn't say you couldn't return home, I just said you have to maintain a separate residence.
Yes, sir.
Okay? 25. Your name, sir?
And Bradley.
All right, so you were here in 22 CF 5939AO aggravated battery on a pregnant person via arrest warrant. According to this, your bond is set at no bond with conditions, no contact with the victim. I'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. Ma'am, your name?
Imani Barnett.
Is there anything that you want to tell me?
I don't know what to tell you.
Is there anything you think I should know in determining conditions of his release? Anything you think I should take into consideration?
If he is to be released, for him not to not have any weapons
Okay,
and anger management.
okay. State, do you have any questions for her?
Your Honor, first I have to find this case. I apologize.
Kevin Bradley.
He's on second section in the felony. I'm sorry, Mom.
Oh, yeah, I have.
No? And I apologize, the testimony so far has been that she does want
She
to have
doesn't want him to
contact?
have any weapons and wants him to attend anger management.
But to confirm, you do actually want to have contact with him?
We have children, so that's the reason why I would do contact.
Okay. But if you could have contact through a third party, would you prefer that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It's just the fact of, like what I said, like no weapons, and that's really it, and anger management.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, anything from the defense?
You currently live together? Ma'am?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, any input from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
We would request peaceful contact, no weapons, and a $2,500 bond.
Do you want him to come home or do you want him to maintain a separate residence?
As of right now, maintain a separate
Okay.
residence.
All right, I'll set your bond at $2,500. No hostile contact. Maintain a separate residence. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons.
Even if there are some at the residence that he may be going to?
They can't be there.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah. He can't have them anywhere in the world.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Okay. Shoot. So, on the warrant, it said no contact, so you do not.
No hostile contact.
No weapons, no.
Yep. Yes. Your name, sir? What is it?
Jamar Hines.
All right, 22 MM 5059 AO, battery, dating, and resisting officer without violence. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
Co-defender, please.
You have Hines?
Yeah, right.
Here. Oh, never mind, I'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent you. Any input from the state? Hines, our first misdemeanor battery, TV. My first one.
Back in first session.
I don't,
Who do you have?
mine starts with M, so mine starts with Melobeka.
That's the next one I have.
I don't have Mr. Hines, Your Honor, so I apologize. I
All
cannot
right.
have any input.
You want the case number?
Yes, please.
22 MM, is that 5059 AO?
Yep.
If you just give me one
Yeah.
moment, Your Honor. No input, Your Honor.
All right, any input from the defense?
Uh,
The affidavit found probable cause, went to PD.
Request 500 on count one, 100 on count two.
All right, set your bonds at 500, 100, no contact, no return, maintain separate residence. Do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day.
Yep. All right, 2022 MM 5056AO, temporary appoint waiver roll.
Waive, Your Honor.
All right, review the affidavit, found probable cause. Any input from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the defense?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
I'll set it at 250, no contact, no return, maintain separate residence, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Your name, sir?
Thomas Manel.
All right, 22 MM 5039 AO, one kind of battery, domestic violence, review the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender. Ma'am, your name?
Joni Lorenzo.
Ma'am, is there anything that you want to tell me, anything you think the court should consider in determining conditions of his release?
Yes, all of this started because Tom was very suicidal. And I did something really dumb and tried to get the knife away from him because I didn't want him to hurt himself. He doesn't need to be in jail. He just needs to be somewhere he can get help.
Okay. State, do you have any questions for her?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any questions for her?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Any input from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
$500 bond, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. So today we're determining conditions of his release as far as giving him any kind of assistance or anything like that. That's outside of the scope of this, and I'm not saying that that's not possible. You can talk to the prosecutor about the case. You could talk to his lawyer about the case and see if there's something that they can do. But at this point, the only thing I can do is determine conditions of his release. And being that it's a misdemeanor, I don't have an ability to release him to a hospital or anything like that. But we're going to set his bond at $500, no contact, no return, maintain separate residence, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Is he prescribed any kind of medication, or is he under the care of a physician?
He took himself off of all of his medication except the medical marijuana.
Okay, is he prescribed medication?
He was prescribed a few things through the VA, but that was several years ago.
Okay, but he's not currently?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you. Your name, sir? All right, out on bond in 2020 CF 2464AO here today in 22 MM 5055 battery domestic. Reviewed the affidavit, found probable cause, point the public defender, any contact, any input?
No, Your Honor.
Any input from the defense?
On count one, $500 and no action on the out on bond, Your Honor.
Set his bond at $500 on count one, no contact, no return, maintain separate residence, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. What's the status of the case that is out on bond on?
He has trial on Monday.
He does?
Yeah, 8/1.
Oh, I was gonna say, because the arrest date was just a month ago.
On the 2020?
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, I don't know, it says date of arrest 6/25/22 on it. So I guess that's 2020. Wrote that. All right, I'll revoke his release so the judge assigned to that case determine what a reasonable bond is. we have Creole? No? Your name?
My name is Mark Lee Shelley.
All right, so you're here in 22 MM 436AW, one count of battery. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
I'll just represent myself.
Okay. All right, this is by arrest warrant. Your bond on it is set at no bond. Your name, sir?
David Hadley.
All right. Is there anything that you want to tell me, anything you think I should consider?
Well, in 8 years of marriage, we've never had a physical altercation until the other day. And I do believe that when we sat down to dinner, he had just woken up, and I believe he was still in some kind of a sleep state. And there was no argument of any kind preceding the attack, I'll call it, but I do believe he was in a dream state when it happened. And other than that, there's nothing to tell. It just, he's a very peaceable person.
All right. State, do you have any questions for him?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any input from the state?
No, Your Honor.
He's, any position on PTR?
I have no objection.
All right, so Mr. Shelley, I'll give you a couple options today. If you want to post a bond out of jail, you can post a $250 bond. The conditions are no hostile contact, do not possess any guns, knives, or weapons. Or I can release you without having to post a bond, do the pretrial release with the same conditions. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
What would you like to do?
Well, since my billfold and everything's at home, I'll have to do it with no bond.
So you want to do the pretrial release?
And what does that mean? I would get out today?
Yeah, both, either option you get out today. One, you post a bond and you're on the honor system. The other one, you don't post a bond. We just make sure you're following the rules.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely follow the rules.
All right, we'll give you the pretrial release.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thank you, too.
Julia Costin is mental health.
All right, I don't have a case of, Hillsborough County temporarily appoint waiver roll.
Waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, no bond, 72 hours, not counting the weekend, starting now. What's your name, sir? All right, you're here out of County Warrant, out of Alachua County. According to this, it's a violation of probation on a burg dwelling. Your bond is set at no bond. Alachua has 72 hours to come pick you up, starting now, not counting the weekend. Do you have any questions?
Sir.
All right, thank you. Your name, sir?
Matthew Hook.
All right, 222-62981. Hillsborough County wants you on a failure to appear on a battery. Your bond's set at 500. If you don't post that bond, Hillsborough County will come pick you up in 72 hours, starting now, not counting the weekend.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Your name, ma'am?
Tyler Jackson.
All right, you're here in case number 0088761 out of county warrant. Out of Polk County. According to this, your bond is set at no bond. Polk County has 24 hours to pick you up, starting now, not counting the weekend. Do you have any questions?
I don't have my paper, but, so you said I have no bond at all, and starting now, they have 24 hours to
They
come pick
basically
me up?
have till this time on Monday to come get you.
Okay,
No, this time on Tuesday? This time on Tuesday.
okay, all right.
All right, thank you. Your name, ma'am?
Ada May Warren.
All right, you're here in case number MM 1800699BO0BO out of county warrant out of Polk County. According to this, your bond is set at no bond, failure to appear. Same deal. They have 24 hours to come pick you up, starting now, not counting the weekend. Do you have any questions?
If they don't come get me after 24 hours, what happens?
We'll let you go. But you really have until this time Tuesday, okay?
Thank you so much.
Your name, sir?
Tyler Simmons.
All right, case number 19136, Citrus County wants you on an out-of-county warrant on a violation of lewd and lascivious battery on a child under the age of 12. Your bond on that set at no bond. Citrus County has 72 hours to come pick you up, starting now, not counting the weekend. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. I heard it was a technical violation on my VOP.
So So I don't know anything about it. It's out of Citrus County. I'm in Orange County.
Oh, so I gotta
just
wait to
look at
get.
the warrant and they tell me that's something you gotta deal with in Citrus County.
Oh, so I still can't get no bond?
Not from me, not today.
Okay.
You gotta see the judge over there.
Okay.
All right, yep. Your name, sir?
Blackwell refused.
The next one I have is Blackwell. That's what you said, okay. 20 CF 1949, temporarily appoint waiver roll.
Waive, Your Honor.
All right, BOP, no bond. Your name, sir?
Sir.
All right, 19 CF 10258 AO, violation of probation. According to this, your bond is set at no bond. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor, he's requesting a bond on the probation charge, as he wanted to double check to make sure that the charges weren't dropped that are tied to the probation.
Last gentleman, Mickens, right? Mickens?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Your Honor, I'm
Oh,
speaking.
what's your name?
This is Mr., I'm sorry.
Bridges, sir.
Bridges.
Sir.
He's requesting a bond, Your Honor.
So the VOP is not for a new law offense. It's for
Technical
leaving
about.
Orange County without the consent of his probation officer. That's from July 11th of this year.
Yes.
So
And the court's not inclined to set a bond at this time.
he's got to see Judge Wooten about it. All right. Your name, sir?
Also,
Yeah, Fausto Manicelli, 17 CF 14727, BOP, temporarily appoint waiver roll.
Waive, Your Honor.
All right, bond set at no bond. Appoint the PD. All right, your name, sir?
Jermaine Mickey.
All right, 21 MM 6593 AO, battery, domestic violation of probation. According to this, your bond is set at no bond. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
Public defender, sir.
All right, I'll appoint the office of the public defender. You're also here in 22 CF 8778 AO, possession of cocaine. I'll stay your bond on that at 1,000. Appoint the PD on that case as well. Your name, sir?
Ernest Miles.
All right, 18 CF 787 AO, violation of probation. According to this warrant, your bond is set at $4,500 with conditions. Report to probation within 24 hours of your release. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
I got a private attorney.
All right, who's your lawyer?
Bryce Atkins.
Okay, all right, make sure Bryce knows that you're here, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. It says report to PO within 24 hours of release. Your name, sir?
Edgar Pinero.
All right, 21 CF 4654 AO, violation of probation. According to this, you're on probation for possession of a controlled substance. Your bond on this is set at no bond. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
I have a private attorney.
I'm sorry?
Private attorney.
All right, do you know who you're gonna hire?
Hugo Dubovian.
I'm sorry?
Hugo Dubovian.
Okay, all right, thank you. Your name? All right, ma'am, you were here in 2020 CF 2953 AO on a violation of probation, one count of sale, manufacture, delivery of cocaine. According to this, your bond is set at no bond. And I'll appoint the public defender on that case. And you're also here in 21 CF 1096 AO, two failure to appears. According to this, your bond is set at no bond on those. And I'll appoint the public defender if they already haven't been appointed on that case.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
What are we gonna do about our Creole language? Nate, dial it up. All right, your name? All right, 2020 CF 6632 AO, violation of community control on aggravated battery, 2 counts with intent to harm. According to this, your bond is set at no bond. Were you interested in the services of the public defender? Did you want to represent yourself or hire a private attorney?
Hired a, oh, that's what I'm confused at. I'm supposed to have one charge. One, my original offense is supposed to be 1. They dropped it all the way down to 1, and it says 2 right here. It's not supposed to be 2, it's supposed to be 1.
Okay. So, I mean, it's 1 count of violation of community control.
Okay?
So, what do you want to
The
do about a
original
lawyer?
offense is supposed to be just 1.
Okay. It's not my case, so I just read what's given to me. I'm kind of like a robot. I don't know. What do you want to do about a lawyer?
I don't know, I think the same public defender.
Okay. You have a job?
No, I don't have one right now.
Sources of income? All right, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Is
Hold
there
on,
a way I
talk to
can,
your lawyer
is there any
and
way I can get a bond for my VOP?
Talk to your lawyer. And set it no bond.
It's set at no bond.
Talk to your lawyer. Where do you want me to put these?
Wait, I'll be back in court next week.
Call, we'll try to get you in the court.
I mean, you can call in.
We work on it right away.
It's not coming or something.
So we have, you mean just hit the interpreter?
No.
No? Oh, gosh.
Call the case, I'm sorry. Let me let them know we do no longer need the Creole.
22 MM 5050 AO, trespass on property. He's,
They was telling me not to call in Creole and interpret, so I think he's not coming, let's see.
is the Creole coming? What's their deal? All right.
Okay, let me just let him know.
22 MM 5050 AO, temporarily appoint waiver roll. Oh, he's still chatting.
What case are we talking about?
Abdias Dorsley.
No longer need
Call his number up here.
All right, our Creole is mental health. 2022 MM 5050 temporarily appoint waiver roll.
Waive, Your Honor.
All right. Reviewed PC stay, no return. We have 33s?
Yeah.
Are we ready on the 33s or do you need a moment?
Y'all have the guy for the bond motion? He's in the back? Wanna do that one now, or? State you ready for the bond
Oh,
motion?
it's my case too.
No.
No?
I'm so sorry. That was not the correct response.
No, you okay, you okay.
What, were you lying? Are you ready?
Well, I'm actually not, but it was the reason that I said no. I believe this is from your division, Your Honor, so I did let the ASA know who was handling it. I don't know if she wants to appear. I haven't seen the motion, Your Honor.
Let's do the 33 days and we'll figure it out. This is pretty low on my priority list.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So if you want to call the 33s.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm alphabetical or not again.
Sure. First one I have is Steve Arnaz Davis, 22 CF 4769. Granted, notice of non-filing.
Let's say 29.
Yes.
Okay.
Jen Relaford, 22 CF 7449. Granted, notice of non-filing.
What's the last name?
Relaford, RELIFORD.
All right. Granted, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Rodriguez Alexander, 22 CF 7761, no build. Granted, it was no build. Janine Scaglione, 22 MM 4283, granted, notice of non-filing.
What's the last name? Medley?
Scaglione, SCA.
And you said that's granted?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Lamont Hall, 22 CF 7387, granted, notice of non-filing.
Okay.
Matthew Clark, 22 CF 7451, granted, notice of non-filing.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, for Lamont Hall, 7387.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
All right.
Deandra Medley, 22 CF 7502, granted, notice of non-filing.
Okay,
Aaron Markham, 22 CF 7403, granted, notice of non-filing.
okay,
Emmanuel Rivera,
okay,
I will let you know. Algie Alexander, 22 CF 4332, denied, information was filed.
all right,
Paul Lindo, 22 CF 7122, granted, notice of non-filing. Angel Claudio Cornales, 22 CF 7476, granted, notice of non-filing. One moment, Your Honor. Sorry, I missed that one.
And Your Honor, as to the bond hearing client, Assistant Public Defender Ms. Celine is trying to log in, but having trouble. Says she's the only participant.
Welcome to an Acano meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
Ms. Eugene,
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
all right, two of them, huh?
Or first name.
He told me not to bring down it. We're still on the record. We are.
Your Honor, with regard to the 33-day motion, Emmanuel Rivera, 22 CF 7499, granted, notice of non-filing.
All right. And then let me know when the state's ready on that, motion. The PD could go back and relay offers.
Maybe excuse for a moment.
Yep.
Are we still on the record, Your Honor?
We have a state for the bond motion online? Or just the PD?
She is attempting to log in, Your Honor. Ms. Allen will be here presently.
Copy, have you met the new trial clerk over here? His name's Nate. When you think of the name Nate, what do you think of? Okay, that's fine.
Why? What do you think of?
Nothing.
Don't get him started, please. Regulator. Really? That's where you went. Yes.
There. Oh, it's straight there.
He asked Nate, did he know who that was?
You didn't know who it is?
He's not even old enough.
Born in 96, I think. 98.
Oh, Jesus. I was wrong. 98? Like, what was that? What?
That was-
Born in 98.
Born in 98, I was in college in 98.
I was in high school, so I'm not as old as him. I think I had 4 babies.
You had 4 babies? She was on baby 4.
I had all 6.
You had
I had
6.
all 6. You had all 6. Oh, yeah, my baby born in 96. Oh, God. Yeah, I had well,
Yeah, regulators came out in 94.
that's all right, Nate, that's all right. You know you were, I told you, Nate, you wanted to come in here.
What was it? It was our HR director's birthday, the other day. And they had like a video, they walked up to everybody and they were like, it's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my truck. That's the end of it.
Do we have our state online yet?
See, just get us in trouble, we on record.
I didn't do anything. No,
Everybody know I had my 6 babies.
I get blamed for everything. At home, at work. State can't log on. It's McGinnis's fault.
People all over the world watch this, listen to this.
We're still on the record. You ready?
They're still waiting to speak with medical health or mental health or medical,
Okay.
but I don't know if the felonies are here. If they're all
You
here.
want to start rolling through the docket while we're waiting for the state to know?
Rolling through the docket?
If they're ready to roll, I don't mind, but.
Huh?
If felonies are ready, defense has no objection, but the
Yeah,
pleables, I asked for, almost all the possible offers and they were all still see mental health or medical before they're being brought up.
We're still waiting for the state attorney to log on here for this bond hearing. Is our PD still on?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to see the stat?
The PD bonds.
our state attorney on? Miss Eugene, do you want to see if you can get Miss Allen? Oh, there she is. All right.
Apologies, Judge. I misunderstood. For some reason, I thought it was set at 1 p.m.
It may have been. I don't know. No. That's all right.
Judge Mackenzie Allen for the state of Florida. The state objects to setting a bond for Jeremiah Rojo due to the fact that he was out on pretrial release for a battery charge when he then picked up another violent crime.
Let me slow you down. Let's make sure Miss Eugene is on.
Yes, I am on, Your Honor.
Yeah, let's bring him in. All right, so this is 22 MM 106 AE. Miss Eugene, what do you want to tell me? It's your motion.
Yes, Your Honor. In regards to this case, I did file a motion to set bond. No information has been filed yet in regards to this battery case that he was released on bond for, and also no information has been filed on the new law violation, Your Honor.
What was the date of the arrest for the case that he's for the 106 AE case?
I believe the arrest date was May 12th, Your Honor.
Okay, and so today is July 29th, and no information's been filed yet.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then when did he get arrested on his new case?
I believe it was June 6th, Your Honor.
Okay, and so was he given a bond on that case, and his bond was revoked on this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so has he? How many days has he been in jail?
Let me double check, Your Honor. 1 second, please.
Has a 33-day motion been filed on his new case? He must have.
Since that new case is out in Osceola County, I'll have to double check with that attorney, Your Honor. But no 33-day motion has been filed in the Orange County case because he was already released
Right.
and then rearrested.
I just want to know what the status of the new case is at this point, the Osceola case.
No information has been filed as of now.
Okay, and has he been released as to that case? Has he been sitting in jail the whole time on that one, or no? Did he bond out?
Yes, Your Honor. He's been sitting in jail on a $250 bond.
So has a 33-day motion been filed in Osceola?
I'll have to double check with the attorney, Your Honor. I do not believe so, but let me double check with the attorney. I apologize. One more moment, Your Honor. I'm still reaching out to the attorney.
You can look online. See.
When I checked this morning, I don't see that one was filed for his Osceola case, Your Honor.
All right, so this case is from May. No information's been filed. It's been 60-something days. The other case is from June. It's been 45 days. No information's been filed. Is that correct, defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, state, go on. What do you want to tell me? I know you started. You can start over or continue where you left off.
No problem, Judge. That's correct. At this time, no information has been filed on the battery charges. That should be happening soon. We are attempting to locate the victim in that case. On the petty theft case, it is brand new. So no package has been received by the intake attorneys in Osceola at this time. But as I reviewed the case, I mean, I would anticipate that charges will be filed on it. He does currently have an open assault case with a different victim. He was arrested for this battery charge, but never for the assault charge. So that I misspoke earlier. So when he was arrested for this and released on pretrial release, then he picked up a petty theft from Walmart where he stole about $175. I do think it's noteworthy that in his criminal history, he does have a total of 4 prior battery charges, some of which were dropped, some of which were sent to pretrial diversion. And he also does have several other theft charges. I think I count 2 priors. The state would request that this court hold him at no bond because he is not entitled to bond due to the fact that he committed a new law violation while out on pretrial release for his battery charges.
Well, how long should I wait for the state to make a decision? It's been over 2 months.
Judge, whether or not a filing decision has been made is not the standard for whether or not.
The question is, how long should I wait?
Judge, I would anticipate that I'll have a filing decision on the battery domestic violence within the next week. On the petty theft charge, that arrest was about a month ago, and it looks like we're still receiving information from Walmart. I would anticipate a few weeks for the petty theft charge.
Mr. Cordero Testi, could you please raise your right hand?
Señor Cordero Testi, por favor, levante la mano derecha.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth?
¿Jura y promete decir la verdad? Yes.
Mr. Cordero Testi, can you hear and understand our interpreter?
Señor Cordero Testi, ¿usted puede escuchar y entender a la intérprete? Yes.
You can put your hand down, sir.
Puede bajar la mano, señor.
Sir, you've been arrested and I will find probable cause for burglary of an unoccupied vehicle and petty theft.
Señor, usted fue puesto bajo arresto y determinó que existen indicios de criminalidad. Se le acusa de hurto de menor cuantía y hurto vehicular.
I am going to appoint the public defender's office.
Se designa a la oficina del abogado de oficio para que les represente.
Your bond will be set at $3,500 for count 1.
Se concede fianza $3,500, cargo número 1.
And $500 for count 2.
Y $500, cargo número 2.
If you make your bond, you're not to return to where this allegedly occurred.
Si usted presta la fianza, señor, le queda prohibido regresar a la escena donde presuntamente ocurrió el incidente.
You're not to have any weapons.
Se le prohíbe la tenencia de todo tipo de armas.
And you're not to have any contact with any alleged co-defendants.
Y se le prohíbe todo tipo de contacto con los coacusados.
If you do not bond out, or if you do bond out, when the state files a filing decision, they will notify you.
Ya bien sea que usted presta la fianza o no, una vez la fiscalía haya tomado una decisión de si radicará formalmente la causa o no, se le dejará saber.
Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, señor.
Future court dates on demand.
Thank you.
Your Honor, can you repeat the conditions, please?
No weapons.
No contact with co-defendant.
Yeah, no return, and no return to the scene.
Thank you.
Thanks. Is there a person there by the name of John Doe who speaks Spanish?
Sergio Gomez.
So do we decide his name was Sergio Gomez?
He's answering to that, Your Honor, and that is the name listed in the affidavit.
I didn't see. All I saw was John Doe.
Yes, Judge, there's no ID. The FBI has not been able to identify this defendant by fingerprints. At this moment, he's still a John Doe.
There, it's in the body of it. Thank you, Madam Public Defender. So, Mr. Sergio Gomez, could you please raise your right hand?
Señor Sergio Gómez, por favor, levante la mano derecha.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth?
¿Jura y promete decir la verdad?
Thank you.
Yes.
You can put your hand down.
Gracias. Puede bajar la mano.
Sir, can you hear and understand our interpreter?
Señor, ¿usted puede escuchar y entender a la intérprete? Yes.
I'm going to find probable cause on battery. This appears to be domestic violence.
Determinó que existen indicios de criminalidad ante la acusación de agresión física que aparenta ser por violencia doméstica.
Mr. Pretrial Release, were you able to have contact with the victim?
Le pregunto ahora al personal de la Oficina de Libertad Provisional, ¿han podido comunicarse ustedes con la víctima?
Judge, we called, there was no answer.
No tuvimos contestación.
Madam State Attorney.
A la fiscal.
Jasmine Scarborough for the state judge. State is requesting no contact with the victim at this time and no return to the scene.
Okay. Is
La,
there,
la
sorry.
fiscalía está solicitando que se le prohíba el contacto con la víctima y que se le prohíba regresar a la escena del ilícito.
State, can you tell if there's an ICE hold on him?
Le pregunto a la fiscalía, ¿ustedes podrían determinar si hay una orden de retención de inmigración en contra de él?
I don't have any information on that, Your Honor.
No tengo información, su señoría.
Judge, pretrial release reached out to immigration. Even with the name provided in the body of the affidavit, immigration could not find this defendant.
Su señoría, nos hemos puesto en comunicación con inmigración y aún con el nombre que estaba en el documento affidavit no encontraron esa información.
Okay, I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office. I'm going to set his bond in the amount of $5,000 as a condition of the bond. If he bonds out, he's not to have direct or indirect contact with the victim, and he's not to return to where it occurred, allegedly occurred.
Muy bien, así que entonces se designa la oficina del abogado de oficio para que les represente. Se impone o se le concede una fianza de $5,000. Si presta la fianza, se le prohíbe todo tipo de contacto, ya bien sea directo o indirecto con la víctima, y se le prohíbe regresar a la escena del ilícito.
Thank you very much.
Judge, if I may, the jail will request no bond at this time since there's no valid ID for this defendant. With a bond, we don't know who we might be releasing out. Until proper ID has been provided to the jail, then another hearing could be held for proper bond.
Your Honor, defense would object to that.
Su señoría, estamos solicitando que no se le conceda fianza, que se imponga prisión preventiva hasta que él pueda mostrarnos una identificación válida. Sin la verificación de una identificación válida, nosotros no tenemos manera de saber a quién estamos poniendo en libertad. Y él, una vez la consiga, podría solicitar una próxima audiencia. La defensa se opone.
Madam Public Defender, do you know if your client can make a $5,000 bond?
One moment, Your Honor.
Le pregunto ahora a la abogada de oficio, ¿sabe usted si su cliente podría pagar la fianza de los $5,000?
Your Honor, client states that he could post bond at that amount.
My next question is, does either the state or pretrial release know whether a bondsman will post a bond where he doesn't have a valid ID?
Su señoría, mi cliente indica que él podría prestar esa fianza. Entonces, la próxima pregunta sería al personal del programa de libertad provisional, si saben ellos si un fiador haría la gestión sin una identificación.
My inclination is no, Judge, but I will defer to pretrial release on that.
Do you know?
Your Honor,
believe-
no, a bondsman would not subsidize a bond at that point. If we could lower the monetary amount to something that he could.
I won't do it, not with this kind of charge, not with the idea that the victim went to the hospital and there's bruising on the chest. And if it turns out she's pregnant, it'll be a 5-year felony as opposed to a 1-year misdemeanor. So given the aggravated circumstances of the alleged victim's bruising, the fact it's domestic violence, the fact that he does not apparently have a valid identification, I would not reduce the bond amount. But, Madam Interpreter, do you want to let her know that, please?
Yes. Bueno, no, su señoría. Sin una identificación, un fiador no le ayudaría a él a prestar la fianza. Bueno, su señoría, entonces en este caso, ¿podría reducir la cantidad de la fianza para que él la pueda prestar? No, en estos momentos no estamos dispuestos a reducir la cantidad de la fianza dadas las circunstancias agravantes. La víctima tuvo que ir al hospital, él no tiene identificación válida, hay unas moretones en el área del pecho, la víctima podría hasta estar embarazada y de esto ser cierto, esta acusación se convertiría en un delito que acarrea hasta una pena máxima de 5 años de prisión. Además del hecho de que esto es una acusación de violencia doméstica, no estoy dispuesta a disminuir la fianza.
So, pretrial release, do you know if a bondsman will post a bond where there's no valid
I do
identification?
not know, Judge. At this time, I do not know. I do know that the jail will have a hard time releasing a John Doe with proper ID. So that's why we're requesting a no bond until proper ID has been provided to the jail.
¿Sabe usted si un fiador prestaría una fianza a una persona que no tiene identificación? Su señoría, en este momento tengo que contestarle que no sé. Lo que sí sé es que la cárcel sí le va a ser difícil poner en libertad a una persona que no tiene identificación, que ha sido identificado como John Doe. Por eso es que había solicitado que se imponga prisión preventiva hasta que se presente una identificación válida.
To make it clear, I'm not ordering the jail to release him. If there's no bondsman that'll post the bond because he doesn't have valid ID, or if the jail's requirements are that he have a valid ID before he posts the bond. I'm not telling them they have to release him. I'm merely giving him a bond over your strenuous objection. Thanks.
Que para que quede claro, yo no estoy obligando a la cárcel a que le ponga en libertad. Si meramente ha concedido una cantidad de fianza, si no hay un fiador que le ayude a prestar la fianza, o si la cárcel no le pone en libertad si no tiene una identificación válida, yo no le estoy obligando a hacerlo. Meramente estoy concediendo una cantidad de fianza aún ante su objeción.
Okay, thank you very much.
Your Honor,
Muchas gracias.
are we accepting Sergio Gomez as his name?
Madam
Señoría,
Public Defender, do you want to stipulate that's his name?
vamos a aceptar el nombre de Sergio Gómez como el nombre de él. Le pregunto ahora a la abogada de oficio, ¿está estipulando que este es el nombre correcto?
Defense stipulates that that is his name, Your Honor.
So we'll
La
still-
defensa estipula que es el nombre de él.
Sergio Gomez, we know how to spell it, right? You're good on how it's spelled.
Just need it on the record whether the court accepts.
I'll accept it as a stipulation that his name is Sergio Gomez.
Muy bien, se acepta la estipulación de que el nombre de él es Sergio Gómez.
All right, thank you. Does Giovanni Bosch need interpreting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my next case is Giovanni Bosch.
He is present and approaching, Your Honor.
Thank you. State and public defender, while he's approaching, this is something normally I would give credit for time served for. Mr. Bosch, if you please raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth?
Señor Bosch, por favor, levante la mano derecha. Juro y promete decir la verdad.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Bosch, you've been arrested and I find probable cause for panhandling, which I believe is a municipal ordinance violation. If you wanted to enter a plea of no contest, the court would give you credit for time served. I would impose fees and costs and reduce those to judgment for which let execution issue.
Muy bien, señor. Usted ha sido puesto bajo arresto por mendigar y determinó que existen indicios de criminalidad ante este ilícito. Usted podría presentar un convenio declaratorio hoy. Se impondría, si usted se declara no me opongo, que se le imponga el tiempo ya cumplido más los aranceles y las costas judiciales que se reducirían a una sentencia civil.
And sir, you can put your hand down.
Señor, puede bajar la mano.
Would you like to enter a plea of no contest to the charge of a municipal ordinance violation of panhandling?
Señor, ¿desea usted presentar una declaración de no me opongo ante una acusación de incumplimiento con una ordenanza municipal por mendigar?
No entiendo bien lo que usted dijo.
I don't understand quite well what you said.
Okay, so what you can do that, or I can appoint you guys and I can release him on his own recognizance, but he'll have to come back to court. So whatever you'd like to do.
Su señor,
If I could have just a moment.
Sure.
Su señoría, ¿me permite unos minutos con él? Puedo hacer eso o designar el abogado de oficio para que les represente, pero él tendría que regresar. Unos minutos, por favor.
That's my last Spanish interpreter, right?
Your Honor, we're ready to proceed. Mr. Bosch would wish to plead to the city ordinance.
Okay, so Mr. Bosch, you understand that by entering a plea of no contest, you're giving up your right to go to they can jury trials on municipal ordinances?
I'm not sure about that, Your Honor. This would be a case handled by the county attorney's office. So, I'm not sure, Judge.
Madam Public Defender, do you know what the maximum sentence can be?
This would not be a jury trial. I believe it would just be like a hearing, I think.
That sounds right, Judge.
Muy bien, su señoría, estamos listos para proceder y presentar una declaración ante esta acusación. Muy bien, señor, si usted desea presentar una declaración de no me opongo.
So, Mr. Bosch, you're giving up your right to have that trial or hearing. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the municipal ordinance. You're going to get credit for time served. You'll be released today.
Entonces, señor, si usted desea hacer esto, estaría renunciando al derecho que tiene, ya bien sea a un juicio o a una audiencia en relación a esta acusación. Se impondría dictamen de culpabilidad ante la acusación del incumplimiento con la ordenanza municipal. Se le impondría el tiempo ya cumplido y sería usted puesto en libertad hoy.
I will impose fines and fees and reduce those to judgment.
Se impondría también costas y multas que se reducirán a una sentencia civil.
Do you understand that?
¿Esto lo ha entendido, señor? Yes.
Has anybody forced you or threatened you to get you to do this?
¿Alguien le ha obligado o le ha amenazado a hacer esto?
No.
No.
I do not know if a municipal ordinance violation would get you deported if you're not a citizen. Just assume if you're not a citizen, you will be deported.
Yo no sé si el incumplir con una ordenanza municipal haga que usted quede sujeto a deportación o no. Pero para estos propósitos presuma que sí quedaría sujeto a deportación. ¿Esto lo entiende?
Okay.
Yes.
Do you still want to admit that you violated the ordinance by panhandling?
¿Desea usted admitir que incumplió con la ordenanza municipal al mendigar?
Sí.
Yes. Adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to credit for time served, impose fees and costs, reduce those to judgment for which let execution issue.
Muy bien, señor, así que entonces se impone dictamen de culpabilidad, se le condena al tiempo ya cumplido, se impone costas y aranceles que se reducen a una sentencia civil.
Thank you very much.
Your Honor, may I have that case number for the plea form?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is 2022 MO, like mother and other, and the number 6.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. No contest.
Your Honor, for the next case we request we call Wanda Liz Rodriguez next, because victim is present.
Okay, so Madam Interpreter, I believe that concludes us for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good weekend. Thanks.
Thank you, you as well.
Bye. Okay. Rodriguez, right? Right. That one? Okay. We're calling up Wanda Rodriguez. We're on the record in 2022 MM 1695. I believe the victim is here. Is that correct? He's got the little guy. Does he might want to get, are you, Mr. Morales? Is it okay if the little guy sits closer to his dad? He can come up, I need you up at the podium where the microphone is, and your son can come up with you. If you want to hold him, that's fine with me too. Yeah, I have no problem with that. In fact, he might be better just standing there holding his dad's hand. Okay, so we're on the record in 2022 MM 1695. Before me today is Wanda Rodriguez. I'm going to find probable cause on battery and resisting without violence. You're the victim in the case, right, Mr. Morales?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want contact with her or no contact?
I don't.
You don't? Okay. All right, Ms. Rodriguez, I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office. I'm going to set bond in both counts over the strenuous objection of the state at $1,000 each count. However, as a condition of the bond, you may not have direct or indirect contact with Mr. Morales. Do you understand me?
Yes.
That means you don't show back up where he is. You do not return to the scene of where this happened.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I have, it's a little bit complicated than that. We were staying at a hotel first, but we were staying at her father's house.
Uh-huh.
And obviously, myself, I don't have nobody here. And the only place where I could probably, but I don't feel like going, is to her father's house. And I know their family, and
How about the domestic violence shelter? Can you go there?
I tried as well before I came here to see if I can get a shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Every time
Your Honor, I'm sorry, but we can't hear anything at the jail.
Is there a microphone on the podium?
I called many places to see, but I couldn't, every single one of them, they'll send me to some other number, or they will send me.
Okay, Mr. Morales, I'm going to stop and ask that the state attorney's office talk with you, and bring somebody else up here to talk with you from Victims Assistance to see what you can do. I'll call this case up again in a few minutes when you've had a chance to talk with somebody with state attorney's office. I am going to assume that the domestic violence shelter will not let a man come in, just because I think that that's probably what the rules are. I don't know if you all have some other alternative shelter that you can offer for his assistance.
One of our VAs, Judge, and see if she can come up here and.
Okay, so Mr. Morales, have a seat in the courtroom here, or out in the lobby, whichever is easier for you. When we get done, the little guy can stick with you.
Have him over talk, and he's gonna be kind of a little bit screaming, so I don't want him having here.
Uh-huh.
So I would say I would just wait out there while I was waiting.
That works for me, and the victims assistance people will come out and see you. I've got quite a few cases to do now, and then when I get done with this docket, then I have a motion hearing. It's supposed to start at 1:30, so it might be a while. We'll call you back.
That's fine,
That's fine.
want to interrupt you.
No, that's all right. I appreciate that, and as soon as the victims assistants can get up here, they can hopefully give you some ideas or some help. All right, so, thank you. Ms. Rodriguez, if you'll have a seat, if she'll have a seat. Okay, so let me repeat. I don't know why that microphone's not working. I don't even see a microphone from where I am.
It's right here.
Well, I don't know. It's apparently not working. So that discussion was, he's here with a little person, and the little person, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but he was standing around the podium. The victim does not want to have contact with the alleged abuser, and apparently acknowledges that he's been staying at her father's house. So he does not want to return there. However, they have not suggested he go to the domestic violence shelter. I was saying that it's probably because he's a male. I'm not sure they'll let men into that shelter. So the state has called the victim's advocate or assistant, whatever you want to call the person who deals with victims, to come up and talk to him about some resources that might be available to give him a place to shelter while this is pending.
So we didn't discuss any, we didn't make any rulings on.
Not yet, no. I had said that I was going to order no contact. I wanted to verify that that's what he wanted. That's as far as we got, because then he said he's staying at her father's house and did not feel comfortable going back there.
Yes, Your Honor.
So anyway, we'll call it back up again. I'll just keep doing my docket. And then I've got a 1:30 motion to dismiss, the immunity kind of motion to dismiss, which will have some testimony. So if we don't get back to Ms. Rodriguez by the end of this docket, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. We'll take care of it as soon as we have an answer, okay? From the victim's advocate, or whatever they call him. Okay, so we'll call her back. So you might be here a little while, sorry. So Ms. Rodriguez, have a seat. We'll call you back. All right, now I believe we're on out-of-county arrest warrants. I'm going to find probable cause on all the arrest warrants. Appoint the public defender. I'm going to call your name if you'll come up. I'll let you know where the warrant's from, I think. I'm not changing anybody's bonds. Is Callis St. George there? Or Callis?
Yes, Your
Callis?
Honor. He's present and approaching.
So you got a warrant here from out of county, from Orange County. You've got bonds set in the amount of $2,500 on one count, $500 on another count, $500 on another count. You'll stay with us until Orange County comes and picks you up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. Next one is, out of county is James Dunn. Mr. Dunn, come on up.
He is present and approaching, Your Honor.
So that's an out-of-county warrant from Polk County. It's got no bond, I don't think. Right. So you'll stay here until Polk County comes and gets you. Good luck. Thank you. Then I've got another out-of-county of Mr. Marshall James. Mr. James, you're wanted by Orange County. It looks like you got bond on 2 of the counts. There are 3 counts. The first count has no bond. Looks like it's false imprisonment, DV. Then battery on Leo and DV battery. Looks like the other 2, actually got no bond on 2 of them and $2,000 bond on the.
Your Honor, it is my understanding that the 2 DV charges would be entitled to have bond set at this point, since he has come before a judge for initial appearances, so the PTR conditions can be set.
Well, this says it's a warrant.
Yes, Your Honor,
I'm
but
not familiar with sitting bond on warrants. I don't have the facts in front of me. All it says is it's a warrant.
And Judge State would object to a bond being set.
I'm not inclined to do that. Sorry, Madam Public Defender. I'm not too comfortable with that, not on a DV. Actually, not on anything where I don't know anything about the facts. So over your strenuous objection, I will continue to enforce the warrant as I'm aware of it, which is no bond on 2 counts and a $2,000 bond on, I don't know if it's the second count or third count. Count 2. So count 2's got a $2,000 bond. The other 2 counts, you'll get no bond. I guess you could do a writ if you wanted to. Sorry.
yes, Your Honor.
Thanks. All right, then I've got Robert Mendenhall.
He is present and approaching, Your Honor.
Thank you. So
22 CT 1305.
the first thing I have is a capias that was issued for failing to appear on a written notice to appear. It looks like that might be a CT case, right? Correct. That's a local warrant. They look like they both are, failing to appear. So the judge didn't give a bond on the capias. What are the underlying offenses?
Your Honor, I believe it's a no valid and attaching tag. After speaking with the client, there was some sort of delay in getting to the courthouse. He told me that they called the clerk's office, and the clerk's office told them that it was fine, it would just be reset. But apparently that did not happen. If we could have monetary bond be set on these cases at this time.
Okay, so I'll set bond. State, I presume you don't have any objection?
Not on these charges.
Okay. So is your client employed?
Yes, ma'am, I'm renovating houses right now, and like I said, I
You're
called the courthouse.
pretty busy, yeah.
Anyways, yes, ma'am.
Pretrial release, is this something I can just have you guys release
Unfortunately,
it?
the defendant doesn't qualify for pretrial release on this 2 appears, Judge.
Okay, is that just because of the nature of the beast?
Because we do not do research on this failure to appears, as is a warrant, and the bonds has been set.
Okay. So I'll set bond because you failed to appear at $500 on each.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, he has a future court date
Yes, ma'am.
for both cases 22 CT 1305, 22 CT 1306 on August 31st, 8:15 a.m., courtroom 4A for public defender pretrial.
So that's a month away. Okay?
And so,
Do-
but I have bond now.
Yes, you have a bond of $500 on each of the cases. Don't call the courthouse on the 31st of August and say you can't make it, because then they will issue another capias for you and you won't get a bond. You have to come to court then.
Yes, ma'am, I know, I understand.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
What was that date? August 31st.
August 31st?
At 8:15 a.m., courtroom 4A. Thank you.
That's at 8:15 a.m. That's early in the morning. It's not at 9:15, it's 8:15 a.m. Remember, you got to get through security when you come to the courthouse, so you better get here before 8. All right. All right, with Shannon Pent, is it? P-E-N-T?
21 CF 2070.
I'll appoint public defender. Ms. Pent, you're being charged with a new law, with violating your community control by violating conditions 15. And, hold on, see if there's anything else. Did you see any more than that one violation? You're considered anti-murder, which means while this is pending, there'll be no bond. I'll enter a denial on your behalf, set you down, I guess, because I just arraigned her. Do I need an arraignment or just a status, or? what do
Your
we do?
Honor, she has a VOP arraignment set for August 9th at 9 a.m.
Okay. So August 9th at 9 a.m. will be your VOP arraignment date, and at that time, they'll put the status in the trial.
Correct.
All right. While this is pending, you won't get a bond. Good luck. Thank you. Craig Aaron, 2022 CF 2175.
Yes, President, approaching, Your Honor.
I think if I understand what I'm looking at, he was out on bond on another case, the 2022 CF 444.
That's correct, Judge.
So I'm going to revoke the bond on that. I'm going to find probable cause on ag assault with a deadly weapon, possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. I'll set those bonds at $4,000 on the weapon charge and $1,500 on the ag assault. But once again, I'm revoking the bond that was issued in the 2022 444 case.
We are revoking and setting at 0.
Yes, ma'am. He's out on bond. Is there a third case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So, does he have another court date, or is that on demand?
On demand.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender. Thank you, Mr. Craig. Thank you. We're,
What were the bond amounts set on the new laws?
oh,
Or does it stay?
make sure I have the right, I had it at 1,500 on the ag assault and 4,000 on the F2 possession of a weapon by felon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. And Shannon Hallas?
She is President, approaching, Your Honor.
And I understand that she also had, if this is correct, a prior bond, and this is a new law offense? Actually, 2 prior bonds.
She's out on bond in one case, Judge, and then I believe she's participating on the joint stipulation program for another case.
Is that something run by the pretrial release people?
I'm sorry, Judge?
What's the?
The joint stipulation?
Yes, what is that?
That is a type of probation, if you will, given by the state.
It's a type of diversion?
Runs the program.
Should she be referred to drug court?
That would be up to her. I think she has to have an evaluation, and the public defender's office or her attorney would.
I'll appoint the public defender. I used to be drug court judge. I would say somebody that's got 3 charges, separate charges that seem to be drug-related.
She has a drug diversion program level 2 contract signed.
I don't know what that means.
That means she's been accepted into a drug program.
Okay, so, Madam State Attorney, on something like this, what I normally do is put a bond for the new law offenses, which would not be very high, but because she's out with 2 other types of supervision, I would revoke those bonds and let her sit in here until she got back into those programs to figure out what to do with her.
That's fine with the state judge. If she wants to participate in diversion, I'm not sure what she scores, but if she wants to participate in diversion.
See, it used
from
to-
court rather than.
I don't-
Public defender's office can.
Madam Public Defender, any suggestions?
Your Honor, we can submit a drug court referral from our office with the appointment.
Okay, so the programs that she's already in, if I revoke those bonds, is that going to screw her up participating in those programs?
She's already admitted in the program, Judge, in the drug court program.
She's already in the drug court program? So then she doesn't need a referral to drug court?
No, she signed on I got a contract here, she signed on June 29 of
It
this
sounds
year.
like she's in our level 2 diversion, and then drug court is something different. So if she's in level 2 diversion, she may be rejected, by the ASA assigned in that division. And then all of her cases, if she's accepted into drug court, would then go into drug court.
Okay, so do you guys have a date for drug court?
No. Not to my knowledge, us, the IA clerks, no.
We can set her for a status. That's what is usually done.
But what docket do we put it on?
It would be on the trial docket in whatever division the other filed on cases are in.
Well, one of them is in Judge Nix Walker's division and one's in Judge Karsten's division.
So whoever has a lower case number.
So it looks like the lowest case number is in Karsten's division, if I'm reading this right. The 546 looks like the lowest number. 2022, 546 looks like Karsten, and then 2022, 1455 looks like it's Nix Walker. Do I have that right? Does that sound right to you? I was just going on this cheat sheet here.
Yeah, that's correct, Judge.
So do we have a status date on Judge Karsten's division?
It would be sent to the court clerks in that division, and we don't touch it.
Okay. So do I revoke the bonds and give her new bonds?
Your Honor, just to communicate with you, the charging affidavit came with a bond of $250 for the first count.
Right.
And $1,500 for the second.
Which, I was going to keep that. It's the old bonds I'm thinking about revoking.
It's to your discretion whether you want to revoke them.
Your Honor, defense would ask that you take no action on the cases where she is previously out on bond or in diversion. The Public Defender's Office will take the necessary steps to apply her to drug court. At that point, hopefully, we can get all of these cases
All right.
moved into.
All right. Court will set bond. I'll find probable cause on the new law offenses of $250 on the drug paraphernalia and $1,500 on the possession of controlled substance without a prescription. And I'll leave your bonds and your releases and your other cases as is. I will not revoke them. Don't get yourself arrested again. You need to get yourself in drug court. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. Skylar Loshaw.
He is present and approaching, Your Honor.
So is this gentleman, when it says, was he previously found incompetent and not restored to competency?
Your Honor, for the court's information, there have been several instances where Mr. Loshaw was found incompetent to proceed. The most recent, though, in the spring of 2021, he was found to be,
Competent?
restored enough to be competent. However, since that time, as you are well aware, I'm sure, sometimes without the appropriate treatments and continued care, the clients do again return to a level where there's reasonable grounds to believe that they are incompetent to proceed.
So do we have a mental health release in this county? No?
I think there is mental health PTR. I'm not sure if he qualifies for that.
There is mental health PTR. Mr. Losha has been on mental health PTR 6 previous times, and every time has been non-compliant.
Well, that's the nature of the beast, to be non-compliant. I'm not inclined to keep him in our jail.
Your Honor, defense would ask that he be ROR'd at this time.
Well, I would.
They would object to him.
I don't think that's exactly the right thing to do either, but I am inclined to let him out on what I would call a mental health pretrial release or a mental health release where he's ordered to, Madam Public Defender, can you tell me whether or not Mr. Loshaw is actively getting treatment through a doctor for mental health purposes or any kind of care provider?
One moment, Your Honor.
Sure.
Your Honor, no, he is not at this time, but I do know that my office is already aware that he is here and are working to have another eval done so that we can continue to get him placed into care. And in order to facilitate that, we would ask that he be released.
Is there any way, if I put him out on the ROR, that I can have him monitored for drug use?
I don't believe so, Judge.
No?
Nobody will be able to monitor him. He goes to the drug lab.
So other places I had the opportunity of using like a scram device that was a patch that was worn on the skin to see whether or not it was testing positive for drugs, but you guys might not have that.
We do have that in Osceola, Judge. It's very expensive. I don't know that the defendant would necessarily be able to afford that.
All right. So State, what are you suggesting I set as conditions of his release besides no drugs or alcohol? Are you saying I should stick with the bond that's 1,000 on one count and 500 on the other, or?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Well, in as much as I understand his histories, he's been declared competent at one point. So until you all get through the incompetency, he's competent. I'll set bond the amount of 1,000 on the heroin and 500 on the drug possession. If he makes his bond, a special condition of bond is he's not to use or possess drugs as in illegal drugs. If he is prescribed medication, he should take it in the amount prescribed and the time prescribed. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Public Defender. And again, you guys are appointed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Candace McGurran.
Your Honor, she has refused. If we could have a reset.
So we're coming up on a weekend. Do I just reset it for tomorrow?
I'll be here tomorrow, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'll just reset it for tomorrow. Cameron Rubino,
Your Honor, he has also refused.
put him down for tomorrow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, giving you lots of business there.
I'll be here all day.
Giancarlo Almonte.
Your Honor, he has 2 cases.
He has bonded, Your Honor.
On both of them?
Your Honor, he has 2 cases, 22MM1696, which is a new case, and a VOP on 2020-1379 CF.
Okay, and the 2020 is, he's on probation, it's an on view, or he's actually been, okay. State, can you tell me, is he anti-murder?
One moment, Judge.
Looks like felony probation.
This was Mr. Almonte?
Yes, ma'am. I guess I could probably pull it up. Oh, come on.
I don't believe so, Judge.
What's he on felony probation for?
He's on felony probation, Judge.
Extortion and sexual cyber harassment, it looks like.
What?
There's only 1 count for the VOP on view. I confirmed with my manager.
Okay. So just the extortion, Judge. And I have the case number if you'd like to.
I think I have it, the 2013-79.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so hang on just a second. It'll take me a minute to find it. Find what I'm looking for. There it is. Looks like he had a VOP May 10th, 2022. Come on, machine, cooperate here. Well, it looks like he was at 42 points at the last VOP. Does not look like he's anti-murder, but another VOP would put him at 48 points if they're able to. All right. So I'll find probable cause on the new law offense, which is possession of marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia. Put that bond at $250 on each count for a total of $500 bond. State, what do you want on bond on the VOP?
No bond, Judge.
Defense, what do you want?
You're muted, Ms. Smith.
According to his score sheet, he does not have much of a record. The problem is he was at 42 points in May for a violation of probation, which only added 6. If it's a misdemeanor new law offense and he's convicted of it, a misdemeanor still adds another 6, so it makes it 12 points, right? Yeah. So that he'd be at 58 points if he's found to be in violation of probation. I'm going to set him at no bond on his VOP. You can certainly bring it forward to the court that's got the VOP, yes.
In case 22 1696, future court date on demand. On 2020 CF 1379, he has a VOP arraignment August 2nd, 9 a.m., courtroom 5A.
Thank you. All right, my next one is Samuels. He's got 4 cases. And it looks like he may have a 5th case that's an on-view VOP, correct?
We were told to
Not do that?
discuss it.
Okay, so the cases I've got are 2020 CF 2183, 2022, excuse me, the first one is 2022 CF 2183, 2022 2184, 2022 2185, and 2020 CF 2365, right? Is that good? Thanks. So then you have a new law offense that came in of burglary of a vehicle and grand theft. I'll find probable cause on that. Put the bond at $3,500 on the burglary of the vehicle and $500 on the grand theft. State, it looks like that might end up being filed with multiple different victims based on the allegations that there's multiple 5 Disney employee passes. I don't know if that means it was 5 passes or an employee pass that was 5 of them.
I'm not sure on that either, Judge.
It's kind of inartfully drawn up. Huh.
Yes, the only victim that I know of is Miss Marilyn Betancourt. As far as who the other passes belong to, I'm not sure.
Maybe she just had 5 passes or 4 passes because she's an employee. I don't know.
That could be true.
Yeah. So I'll set those bonds at that. Then there is another probable cause on a second new law, so each one of these are new law offenses, right?
Yes, the 22 CF 2183, that's a new case. 22 CF 2184, that's a new case. And 22 CF 2185, that's a new case.
Okay, so the first one I discussed would be the 20, yes, ma'am, 83. I'll find PC on a Berg conveyance, grand theft, set the bond as announced. On 2022 2184, I'll find probable cause on possession of stolen credit cards and fraud, and those bonds will be $2,500 and $500. Next one's 2022 CF 2185, find PC on possession of stolen credit cards and fraud, put the bonds at $2,500 plus $500. Find PC on 2022 2365, that's a violation of community control on that.
Your Honor, that's 2020 CF 2365.
2365, did I say it backwards? Something, anyway. I probably did, sorry. Hang on a second, oh, come on. Let me go back here. So that 2020 20 case went to DOC. It's the VOP. Now, it looks like the sentencing was for dealing in stolen property, bird conveyance, grand theft, receiving money from a pawnbroker. He's got prior violations of probation according to his score sheet. At the time of that sentencing, he scored 29 months, bottom of the guides. So he's on felony probation. Going to give you no bond on that, sir. You got a lengthy record here, most of which appears to be bird conveyance. All right, so you got no bond on the VOP. Thank you very much.
Future court date, August 17th, 8:30 a.m., courtroom 4F for a VOP arraignment on 2020 CF 2365.
Next one is Ronnie Hinton. Mr. Hinton, I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office in 2022 MM 1697 on probable cause on violation of pretrial release. Allegedly, you have contacted the victim in the underlying offense. And on that, you'll get no bond. Appoint the public defender. If he's out on other bond, any reason why I should not revoke that bond?
No, Judge, he's in jail for added charges that are already being addressed by RIAs.
Did I do them? Maybe? I don't know.
No, I
All
don't.
right, so I'm going to revoke his bond on the underlying offense that he was out on bond with the restriction of no contact with the victim, unless it's already been revoked. Does that make sense?
So you're revoking the bonds that, for what he's already arrested for?
No.
Okay.
I'm revoking the bond where the condition of the bond was he not have contact with the victim. Whatever that bond is or whatever that case is.
Judge, it looks like
Maybe they already did that.
that case was no info today. The 2022 CF 1486, I'm not sure if that's the underlying case you're referring to.
I don't know.
I don't believe we were given any case open on the PTR info sheet. That would have been addressed on the order.
Okay, I would still ask for his bond to be set at 0 for the violation.
If you filed a no info on the thing that he was restricted on, he would have been.
Previous case, though, Judge, the
Yes.
MM is a previous case.
Be quiet.
And he also has, my reading was that he had an active injunction against him as well, not related to the CF case.
I'm going back to my original thing, which is I'm revoking whatever bond it was he was out on, that the condition of it was not to have contact with the victim. And in this case, I'm setting no bond because of the alleged violation for the probable cause of violating a pretrial release. So you got no bond and no bond. Revoke the old bond, give new bond on this one, no bond. So Madam Public Defender, I'll definitely appoint you, so you can file whatever appropriate motions in whichever court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think from what I was communicated yesterday was that this case was supposed to be brought up with the other case when it came to court for IAs.
What other case? Do you think it was already handled? I don't know.
We were sent an email that this case was supposed to be IA'd when the other case was IA'd.
Do we know when that happened? Is it supposed to happen in the future?
There's another pending case?
We have seen him
Your Honor,
before.
I apologize, but we can't hear anyone but you here at the jail. If
Okay.
anyone could please speak into the microphones.
So the clerk is telling me that they were giving a note saying to handle this case for Mr. Hinton.
Not this case, but another case that was additional to this one.
Do you have a case
We have the other
number?
case? So the clerk's supposed to handle this case along with another case. We can't identify the other case or when it was either heard or not heard or going to be heard.
It's the same defendant though, right, Madam Clerk? It's Mr. Hinton. There's another pending case with Mr. Hinton?
Judge, the case that he's arrested for is 22 CF 1939,
Hold on.
account of reckless driving, failure to stop. He was arrested on July 8, I believe, for that case.
So give me the case number again,
Yes,
22.
Judge, 22 CF
Uh-huh.
1939.
1939, got it.
Yes, Judge.
And that was an arrest date of July what?
I believe it was July 8 or July 7.
Okay,
And then this case that we're addressing today was supposed to be addressed that day, and it was not. So that's why we're addressing it today.
well, he's in the jail. Has he been in the jail since July 7?
Yes, Judge.
So maybe what you all know infoed might be the bond that he was told not to have contact with the victim?
That could be, Judge.
Well, if that's the case, then this should be dropped.
Well, Judge, there's an active injunction with the same victim in this case today.
Okay, so give me the case number that the injunction's in.
It's 22DR 2747 DV.
Yes.
This is the IA order and the booking report on the first case.
Can you pull up this DV case for me? Okay, I was just handed the paperwork, Madam Public Defender, so you can follow what I'm trying to figure out. It looks like on July 7th, there was an order where he came through IAs. He was currently, at that time, July 7, he was out on bond on two cases, 22 CF 1486 and 22 CF 1208. They took no action on those bonds at that time. They found PC on July 7th on a failing to obey a stop sign and reckless driving. No, I'm sorry, failing to obey law enforcement officer to stop. I guess it's like a fleeing and eluding.
Fleeing and eluding, yeah.
It's like a fleeing and eluding. It's just kind of weird the way they described it. So that's what you're talking about on July 7th.
Yes, Judge.
So then the clerk's added him on the docket today on this case, which is 22 MM 1697, which looks like it was a violation of pretrial release, which allegedly occurred. And the nature of it is apparently there was an injunction. No? Yes. An injunction issued on May 23rd of 2022 saying not to go near this person, and they arrested him for violating that injunction allegedly on July 4th at 9 o'clock. No, that's the date of violation, the date of arrest. It must have probably been needed to, it says July 8th, so they signed it on July 8th. So it looks like he went through IAs on the 7th. They signed this paperwork on the 8th and then put it on the docket today. Does that sound right? Does that show that there's something pending there? Where's the temporary? Can you tell us if they're for the permanent injunction yet? Should have been 2 weeks after the temporary was issued. Temporary was done on July.
Temporary was July 18th, and then it shows that it was served on July 1st. And there is nothing.
So just so I'm following along, Your Honor, he should have been IA'd on this in July, like early July, when he was arrested for the fleeing and eluding.
Okay. That's probably accurate. It looks like there is an injunction in place, and the allegations contained in the paperwork that I've got for today, which is the 2022 MM 1697. It looks like what they're The IA is on. They allege that he violated the injunction. The injunction looks like it's still in full force and effect. It looks like the arrest report was sworn to July 8th. Now, why it didn't get on the docket before then, I don't know, but it's on the docket now. There's allegations that arise to the level of PC for violating an injunction. Looks like the injunction's still in place. So given the fact that the allegation is he violated a condition of pretrial release, on that, I'm finding PC. On that, I'm going to give him no bond because of the nature of the allegation, which is contacting a victim after he's been restrained from contacting the victim. So that's over your strenuous objection. I'll appoint you all, and I guess the state's going to make a decision about whether they're going to file a charge against him of violating the injunction.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay? And certainly, if you all want to file a bond motion with the judge who's going to end up with it, you're sure welcome to. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks.
Future court date on demand.
Thank you. So the next one I've got is Eric Acosta.
Yes, President, approaching, Your Honor.
And it looks like he's got two cases, 2022 CF 2187 and 2022 CT 2509. I'm going to appoint the public defender. As to the first case, which I believe is the felony, it's aggravated fleeing and eluding, or maybe it's not aggravated, it's an F3. Fine PC. And on the second one, which is just a ticket, operating a motor vehicle with no valid driver's license. Usually an ROR.
Your Honor, I believe both of these are eligible for direct PTR.
Is he eligible for PTR, pretrial release with fleeing and eluding?
Yes, he is, Judge. He is eligible for pretrial release.
So do I have to set a bond, or can I just say pretrial release?
You can give him direct PTR if you like, Judge, no bond.
Yeah, let's do that. Do direct pretrial release.
On both cases, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so that gets him out of here today, but he's going to be supervised, right?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so in his next case is on demand.
For 22 CF 2187, next court date on demand. For 22 CT 2509, if still incarcerated, he has jail arraignment August 11th at 8:05, courtroom 4A. If out of jail, August 18th, 8:15 a.m., courtroom 4A.
Okay. Good luck. Thank you.
Your Honor, just to confirm, on the CT case, you left the bond at 500?
Nope, direct pretrial release, both of them. That's how you say it, right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Are we ready on Scott Perry?
He's a RIA.
Right. Is he there?
One moment, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. So this one's confusing. We just rolled it over from yesterday because he refused, right?
Well, on the record, it was.
Your Honor, the jail personnel has let me know that he has, again, refused. Defense is willing to waive at this point, since he does have bond set in all of these cases.
Judge, you addressed this case yesterday. He refused yesterday. The problem with this IA order is that there was a case that was mistakenly added, as the defendant being out on bond, and we just will require a modification to this IA order.
So which is the one that was the mistake so we can correct?
One that's 22 CF, I believe is 491, 22 CF 1491. That's added there to the IA order. That just needs to be removed.
So, okay, the one above it that says 21 CF 1491, that's incorrect?
That's correct, Judge.
You just need an amended order that removes that?
Right, he's only out on bond for case 22 CF 5965, and that's for Orange County. So that is
Okay.
correct in the IA order. It just needs to be the 22 CF 1491.
Could you do me a huge favor? Would you come on up here? and just fix this the way you need it fixed, and then we'll make sure we get it right. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. That's why I don't want to just assume what I'm writing is going to be right, because apparently I screwed it up yesterday.
I understand, just this document is
It's a
a
little,
lot to write on.
just use
I'm
red
just
ink or
looking at
something.
the official paperwork from Orange County and Osceola County.
So just make sure we get it right.
Yes, Judge. I get it. So, Judge, this case, the 22 CF, where is it? The 22 CF 5965,
Was Orange County.
that's an Orange County case.
Looked like I revoked the bond on that and set it at 0.
That's correct, Judge.
So is that okay, or is that in error?
No, that is correct, Judge.
Okay? Maybe. He's saying that we shouldn't have that number.
Well, the problem with that case is that it was also filed as an Osceola County case when this was an over-the-line arrest.
This is over-the-line thing.
Yes.
Yeah, they were saying something yesterday about an over-the-line case, which I don't understand that lingo or what it means.
It means that the defendant was arrested in Osceola County, but it's actually an Orange County case because the defendant.
So it's the
crossed-
same,
Across the county,
it's the
right.
same fact situation, so it should only be filed in one position or one county?
Yes.
Five,
Yes,
nine,
it's
six,
only
one
under
is-
Orange County.
So we should just need to eliminate it and release them on that, right?
Well, that's up to you, Judge. You can revoke it because it's part of our circuit.
The thing is, I don't need to have it revoked in one and instituted in the other, right?
Right, I'm trying to see if we revoked him twice in the same case. So he did bonded on this 22 CF 5965 out of Orange County. Yes. So Judge revoked it yesterday at 0.
That was me.
Yes, Judge.
I don't think I revoked it because it got picked up on a new law offense.
Right, that's correct, Judge. That's what I'm trying to find out in my paperwork here. He's not out on bond on that. Is he ROR? Okay.
So tell me what you want me to do.
To remove that 22 CF 1491 out of the I order.
Okay, so we'll do an amended
Yes, Judge.
IA order and delete. Yeah, that works. Perfect.
You want this back, Judge?
Sure. Now I can just throw it away. Thank you. And then my last one, I think on IAs until we recall Ms. Rodriguez, is Michael Salgado.
Your Honor, it is my information that he has refused. We are willing to waive it this time.
Okay, it looks like finding probable cause on trafficking in methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. The $50,000 bond is low, in my opinion. I think I'm inclined to just leave it at that, plus the $500 on possession of drug paraphernalia. I believe yesterday I revoked his bond on the 2022 CF 1885, which he was out on bond, and I'll do that at this time. That's in 2022 CF 1885. He was out on bond. I'll revoke it by getting himself arrested. leave the bond set as it was set at the jail on the new law offense, which is 2022 CF 2164, at 50,000 on count 1 and 500 on count 2. Okay. All right, are we ready to recall Ms. Rodriguez's case?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. And has your victim's assistance been able to talk with Mr. Morales?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So we're back on the record in 2022 MM 1695, State of Florida versus Wanda Rodriguez. I'll find probable cause on battery and resisting without violence. So, Mr. Morales, I understand that you do not want to have contact with the Ms. Rodriguez.
I just don't want to face that way.
Sure, that's fine. I don't mind if you do. Can you get closer to that microphone? I think, can you spin that thing around, maybe? There you go. That works. That works good. Okay. So, Mr. Morales, I'm obviously going to order she gets released. Does she not have any contact with you directly or indirectly? I presume the children are with you.
Yes. Well, I have a stepson.
Uh-huh.
Which I contact his father.
Okay.
And they're actually here.
Okay.
And I gave him back to his father.
And that's between the child's father and the child's mother, and if DCF's involved, if DCF is involved.
I just wanted to put that
Do you have a place to live that does not involve her family?
in the state of Florida, no.
Okay. There's no requirement for a victim to remain in the state of Florida at all. If you want to go wherever you want to go, the only person I would be inclined to constrain any movements would be the defendants, not yours. Okay? And that means that the court is telling you, I'm not entering an order, but if the child's in your custody and it's your child, you can go wherever you want to with that child. Okay? So if I just order her not to come in contact with you, is it okay with you if she goes back to her dad's place?
I don't have a reason why shouldn't I.
Okay.
That's for father, that's for family. I don't.
Okay.
I just want to stay away from her.
And your permanent location is in New York?
Yes, I live, well, that's where we came from.
Okay.
I have my mother over there.
All right, so I'm going to issue, I'm going to find probable cause on battery and resisting without violence. I'm going to set bond at $1,000 on each count. The condition of the bond is she's not to have direct or indirect contact with the father. Do you understand me?
Your Honor, defense would ask that third-party contacts be allowed regarding only the child?
I'm not-
The child that they share in common?
Nope, I'm not inclined to do that. You need to do that. Oh. I'm not inclined to do that, not given that the circumstances that are alleged here. Third-party contact could be her father or a member of her family, which would not, in my opinion, be a good idea at all.
There is the Talking Parents app that could be used.
I'm not familiar with that, sorry.
It's like a court program that allows sort of like a.
I'm going to leave it up to the dad to file whatever appropriate motions and/or lawsuits he thinks is appropriate in his state of residence. And I presume Florida is not a state of residence, so when he gets back to wherever he lives, he probably needs to go to court quickly and file whatever he thinks is appropriate to establish paternity if you're not on the birth certificate and/or jurisdiction of the court. As a special condition of the bond, she's not to have direct or indirect contact with the father or the father's family, and that includes the child at this point in time. Any further contact with the child should be through any court proceedings in the father's residence, state residence. In other words, not Florida. You live in another state, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you take the child back to that state, file whatever appropriate motions you need to establish what each parent's rights are in that state, okay? And when I mean contact, I mean no social media posting and no direct, not reaching out to him in any form. Don't post anything on any kind of social media. Do not send any text messages, no emails, nothing, no phone calls, and certainly nothing in person. okay? Public defender is appointed, and I guess you're going to wait to see if they file it.
I'm sorry, and no three-way parties if she tries to send.
No, there are no three ways. If your family contacts him, that's going to be a violation of your bond. Do you understand that? Okay. Yeah, no third parties. I'm not doing this third-party thing. That's fraught with problems.
What, but I'm meaning by, not just family, by like friends.
That's correct.
Or anybody that.
Nobody should be reaching out to you on her behalf. That's considered contact. You do need to get something filed in your state that you live in about custody of the child.
Well, I am gonna move to New York. I want that to be my, because that's where my mom is, and that's where I can get my help with.
Where do you live right now?
Right now, I was living with them here in Orlando. I never mostly transfer all my paperwork down here.
You never did?
Not really.
Okay, well, whatever. I don't know what your state of residence is, and I'm not making a judicial determination of that. I am suggesting to you, you need to file in whatever appropriate jurisdiction regarding your child and the custody of that child and the parenting plan with that child. But I am ordering her not to have direct contact with you or indirect contact with you, which means, as I described it, no reaching out in any form by yourself or through other parties. Do you understand me? Yes. All right.
Your Honor,
Yes.
if we could clarify, just because I couldn't hear the alleged victim at all, we are only talking about the one child?
Yes, the other, okay, what he said, I guess this microphone's not working at all. You can try that microphone. He didn't want to face her. Walk over to the state attorney's office. Walk over there. She's got a microphone we know works. So what he said is that his stepson's father has been notified, and the stepson's father has already picked the child up?
Yeah, my stepson is with his.
His bio dad?
Yes.
So the stepson's with the bio father, wherever the bio father may be located. Is he here in Florida?
Yes, I believe they just flew in today.
Okay. So, Madam Public Defender, could you hear that?
I did, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so I think the court dates will be announced when they file the information. All right? That's correct. All right, thank you very much. Do I throw this away?